Canada's so-called Prince of Pot pleaded holding up his end of a plea bargain tonight in a Seattle jail cell. Marc Emery pleading guilty to conspiracy to manufacture marijuana, then sell the seeds to Americans. But as Catherine Urquhart reports, that hasn't stopped a campaign by his supporters to set Emery free.
So was he in his regular clothes or prison clothes?
At Cannabis Culture in Vancouver, an anxious JODIE Emery finally gets word. Her husband, Marc Emery, has pleaded guilty to conspiracy to manufacture marijuana.
Had he chosen to go to trial, it would have been at least 30 years, but closer to life, since they call him the most wanted drug trafficking kingpin in Canada.
Marc made the plea in U.S. District Court in Seattle as his supporters rallied outside.
Free Marc Emery! Give Canada back the prince!
It was 2005 when his business was raided by Vancouver police, a raid carried out at the request of the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration. He fought extradition in the courts and pressured Canadian authorities to block his transfer to the U.S.
I've anticipated this my whole life. This is what my father prepared me for. This is what I've always prepared myself for. I'm never scared of any of these things.
But last week, the federal justice minister ordered extradition of the so-called Prince of Pot. In a plea deal, Emery admitted operating a marijuana seed distribution business with two co-conspirators and likely faces 5 years in prison.
I've heard of Canadians in prisons where it's locked down almost all the time because of the violence. So that worries me.
Emery remains in federal custody and will be sentenced August 27th. JODIE's expired passport prevented her from attending court for his plea, but she's hoping he'll eventually be transferred to a Canadian jail.
This is going to be very difficult. I've had a lot of years of training, and he's an amazingly strong, inspiring, brilliant man, and I hope to carry on the torch in his place and succeed with all the support I have behind me.